Hello everybody, it's me, LifeSpiller. I'm back. It's been a while since I've done a video. I wanted to do a video when everything was kind of in the clear. Been trying to figure out a way how I wanted to do this video, and it really is just circulating around the unfortunate timing and death of my grandfather, which I did not know how much it was going to impact me. I was actually in the middle of doing my videos, and I was starting to pick back up and get back in a groove of things. By the time this video releases, it's probably be about a month since I've done a video. But I've had a few family members, friends, and stuff like that. My grandfather passed on July 6th. We buried him on July 20th. I think I'm just going through all the stages that you can possibly go through with grieving and trying to process everything. I didn't tell a lot of people because it's just, not my nature, but more so I just wanted to do this video as a celebration of his memory and let you know, kind of bring you guys in a little bit how much he meant to me. My father, unfortunately, I never got to meet him. I was a child of a product of an affair, so I never got to meet him. Then my stepdad, that was really cool. By the time I tried to look for him, he passed away. And so then it got down to my grandfather, who unfortunately had Alzheimer's, and he battled with that for probably 4 or 5 years. He probably battled with it longer. We just knew about it. He had dementia, and then it, progressed. And he was actually a beautiful person to me. He had an awesome soul. He was such a giver. He had such a magnetic personality. Anytime he entered a room, you immediately knew he was in there. So to watch him deteriorate was tough. I think the biggest thing that bothers me with his death is not really being able to tell him how much I appreciated him. And I just wanted to get that out to you guys to make sure to tell people how much you love them, how much you appreciate them, because the time is short. We don't know when, where, and how it may happen. So I've been grieving. I've been dealing with it. It's new to me because I've never lost anyone really close to me. Like, even though I named my stepdad, I was actually looking for him, and he had already passed 2 years prior to me looking for him. I actually started looking for him this year, and he had already passed 2 years ago. And then I did try to look for my father, which I never met in my life. And I was told at the age of 25, which is over 13 years ago, that he had already passed a few years ago. So he must have passed around when I was 23. Parts of me kind of deal with that. These 3 pivotal guys in my life playing such a role that I never got to embark on with them. So, and it's hard for me to deal with because my siblings, they all know their father. My 3 youngest siblings, they have the same dad. And then my sister, that's the 1 year under me, she knows her dad. He's actively living. Both dads for my 4 siblings, they're all living. The 2 dads anyway. And I'm the only one that's standing out in the dust trying to figure out what happened, where do I belong, what does this all mean? And it's still a process. But yeah, I love them. The great memories that I have, because every time when somebody passes, it's just weird. The emotions and feelings and stuff like that start to rush in. I remember riding in his pickup truck as a little kid, and all the times we just got to celebrate together. I remember going to the barbershop with him, meeting some of his buddies. He was really big into bowling. That was his thing. He loved with a passion. But he was that guy that if you needed him, if you called him, whatever, whenever, he was there. And I could always depend on him. During the times of high school when my mom left, she left when I was 14. She didn't come back in my life till I was 21. He was there. I lived with him, and he became more of a fatherly role to me. So my respect and my regard for him only increased. I even got to work with him for a little while at his bowling alley and stuff like that. He was a mechanic. He used to work on the machines and stuff like that. And I would go in the back and we would ride back together, like in the middle of the night. Like it would be like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock on school nights. And I'm working at the bowling alley with him and I'm going back home, and we're going back home together because I was living with him at the time. And it just increased the bond. So when he died, it put me in a space that I had never been in before. I had to tell myself that he had already passed away. Even though I knew he was gone, I knew we buried him, I had to psychologically go through the steps of telling myself that he was gone. And they just say that's just stages that you go through. You go through denial and anger and depression and just trying to figure out everything. So hopefully I'm not just seeming like I'm just rambling. It's just a lot to process because I've never been in this space before, so it's new to me. I know about poverty. I know about people being on drugs around me. I know about heartache and heartbreak, but I don't know about the death of a loved one. So I'm still in the process of doing that. So I really wanted to do this video to just say how much I love him and how much I respected him and how much I appreciated him for all the things he did. Him and my grandmother, they were such a pivotal role in my life of the man I am now and the things that I do now. He wasn't perfect by any means. He made mistakes. He did things that would be looked upon as like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. But love is unconditional. And so the love I have for him is going to continue to transcend. So yeah, that's what's been going on the last few weeks. I've just been in this space of trying to figure everything out between life and death and understanding how it all fits in my life now that he's gone. And he just meant so much to me. And I didn't realize, well, I always knew how much it meant to me, because when I found out he had dementia, I broke down. I just lost it because it was hard. But yeah, I just want to celebrate his memory. He was in the military, so they had a full decorated military burial with the horn and the flags, and he's buried at a memorial site, and so it was a beautiful thing. It was awesome. I'm really appreciative of the life that he lived, and now he's gone, and whatever you believe in, whatever that means. But yeah, so that's what's been going on in my life. It's been a little crazy. Hopefully after this video, I'll be able to move forward. I'll still be grieving. I guess I'll just always keep him in my heart and in my mind, and the memories, just crazy memories. My grandpa was very spontaneous. He was a man of his own rules. Much like myself, he did his own thing. I remember one time we was riding around in his truck, and the police officer was coming in the opposite direction, and he never wore a seatbelt. So he was trying to hurry up and throw a seatbelt on. He was like, "Oh shit, here they come!" And he tried to throw it on, and the police officer was on his motorcycle. He swung back around, and you knew when he was lying because he had this terrible stuttering thing. And so even though he stuttered, but when he would lie, you would hear the increase of the stuttering. So it was just like the little things that I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss his smile. He had like this thing going on with his knee, and he had a surgery that went bad. So he had a bad knee. When he would walk in the room, he would always be like, Kino, because it's my nickname. And he would always shout that. And even later on in his stages of Alzheimer's, he would still remember me. And so I thought that was just a thing of beauty that I just kept with me. It's funny when people are gone, all the things that you remember, his smile, his laughter, his humor, his way of being silly. He was very silly. So it's just, I'm sad, I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, because yet again, I'm here with no big male role model in my life anymore. And so I think that's the part that's just been the hardest. And I'll be fine. But I just wanted to be transparent here because it's easier for me, because I think people don't understand. You know, people try to understand unless they've been through the experience and they fully understand, but they don't really understand. But yeah, I don't want to ramble on too long. But yeah, that's what's been going on. Other than that, on life, I'm out.